We're obviously talking about the IPL, which we're going to have a deep dive into right now.
We'll go into that.
We're here.
Bangalore
IPL season,
till I
baby.
Die here. Bangalore. I came out of the womb and I was wearing a Royal Challengers Bangalore hat.
You say Pepsi, and I think Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah.
That's just my association.
Oh yeah.
Good chatty.
I wasn't
Fucking idea what you're talking about.
I wasn't there to keep me up.
forgot which team you had.
Seriously. IPL starts. We're pumped up. We've all picked our teams. Could everyone just, for the listeners, I've gone with Royal Challengers Bangalore. Sean, who have you got?
Delhi Capitals.
Kolkata Knight Riders here.
And Punjabi Kings.
Go you Knight Riders.
I think somehow I magically lucked into one of the better teams in the competition.
Well, you picked him. I think it's probably, and we will get into it in depth in a second. Probably you, then me, and then you.
Daylight.
The boys on the end vying for it. Let's get stuck into it. I've written it here in terms of alphabetical list. Chennai Super Kings. Last year they came seventh.
Second last.
They've got Suresh Raina. They've got MS Dhoni. They've got Jadeja. They've got Bravo, Moeen Ali. Their middle order is really good.
That's nice.
I do worry about their top three. I just don't think that they've got that same depth at the top of the innings as the other teams do.
A lot of finishes in that group as well. Like you said, Raina, Dhoni.
Jadeja,
Bravo out there.
But if you don't have runs on the board and you're going out and you're 3 for 10, can Dhoni get you home from there? Yeah. I do worry about their top three and their bowling for mine. Sam Curran,
depends on what Curran you
Shardul Thakur, Deepak Chahar, Lungi Ndidi. They barely even paid him. I don't think they keep up with the other teams. I've got them to miss the finals again this year.
Yeah.
And none of us have jumped on the Chennai Super Kings. Sean's Delhi Capitals, blue and orange, represent. They were the runners-up.
Blue, red, but anyway, it's all sort of
Close enough. They were last year's runners-up, and they are stacked everywhere. How about this? Shikhar Dhawan, Ajinkya Rahane, this Hetmeyer
From the Windies.
The Windies. He's on $1 million a year.
Yeah, he's a gun.
And I don't even know if he's going to be in their best 11. Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant,
captain.
Stoinis, Rabada, Northuker. They are stacked everywhere. And on top of that, the bloke called Steve Smith comes across.
He's all right.
Useful.
Seriously, other than Akshar Patel probably missing a bit from Corona,
I'd say he'd miss at least 1 or 2 games.
I can't really see a weakness here.
Yeah.
I can't like Rabada and Northuker, they're like two of the best quicks getting around. If Akshar's in there, they've got a guy that can spin the ball. Obviously, at test level, I don't know how proven he is.
We started chatting that over. So we'll see. He's played, I think, about 10, 15 games. So he's had the season, and you got to pick him on form. God, the man was absolutely single-handedly ripping through England. So I think we'll talk about how important it is having good openers in T20 cricket and in the IPL. If you can open with Darwin and Stoinis, and then that helps Pant coming in later in the innings to do what he does so well. You've got a guy like Rahane in there just to control an innings as well. So the balance is there. Like you said, the bowling's there. So Sean, you must be feeling pretty good about it.
Yes, I can't say I'm not disappointed at all. I'm quite happy.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this Shimron Hetmeyer. They've paid the bloke $1 million. That's the most out of it. Like that's more than Shreyas Iyer and Steve Smith.
What did Smudge get?
Shikhar
340.
Aussie like 360.
Interesting.
So
I wonder why it was.
This Shimron
unders.
Hetmeyer is getting 3 times more.
I'm not sure if you were here for that. We talked a little bit about there's a little bit of play during the auction, like a little bit of strategy. So they one team went cheap on him to try and get another team to then bid cheap on him to then take some money off so they can then knew that they would have money, not enough money to then allocate to someone like, say, Glenn Maxwell, where they can go big on.
So,
and they knew they couldn't compete. So,
so that's a good strategy. Yeah, good on them.
But hey, the Capitals like, well, fuck it, we'll get Steve Smith on a cheap deal.
God, you talk about balance. He bats 3 or 4. Yeah, that's like you said, Peps. If I was short, I'd be sitting very happy.
Yeah, I am very happy. So.
And the way I brought it up, I have them equal favourites with Mumbai. Have you got the odds there, courtesy of Sportsbet, our unofficial sponsors? Still waiting for that phone call, Hammy Goodman, if you're listening.
Had a beer with him on the weekend as well. He's in Canberra, met his lovely girlfriend. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
did
it was
you,
good to see.
let him know?
I told him at the pod. Yeah, he said he'll give it a listen this week. So shout out to you, Ryan.
Yeah, must have gone straight to voicemail or something.
He was at the footy as well, so we met up before the footy and had a drink.
Okay, all right.
I didn't want to overwhelm it.
Let's move on to this Kolkata Knight Riders.
Oh, I was just going to say, Delhi Capitals paying what?
They're paying
$5.50?
$5.50. Yep. So they're second behind Mumbai
But
Indians.
it's
at
$4.
Ooh,
Oh,
good
$3.20.
Jeez, how I think we said we didn't want to be.
No one can pick Indians because they've won the comp the last
They're
2
3 out of 5 years.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And
They've been dominant.
they've won 5 total. They're the best.
They're the bad guys. They're the
Yeah, they're the
Patriots.
bad- yeah.
They're
They're
the
the Roosters.
Geelong. Yeah, Roosters. All right, that's where you want to go.
We'll get into them in just a second. Your purple and gold Calcutta Knight Raiders. Last year finished 5th, so just missed out on the finals. How about this for a bowling lineup? Pat Cummins, Lockie Ferguson, Sunil Narine, arguably one of the best spinners in IPL history,
specialist, yeah.
and Kuldeep Yadav could come in. That bowling is fucking stacked.
That's very good.
Yes.
That's very good. They also have Shakib Al Hassan in there, so
Shakib,
that's your
he'll bowl
perfect.
4 overs a game, surely.
Yeah. He's going to be the best all rounder in the game.
Yep,
At
yep.
the moment, Lockie Ferguson bowls wheels.
Yeah.
And like you said, Narine and that guy Pat Cummins. So I'm sitting pretty with that bowling attack. I think like you've got there, the weakness may be the batting, the top order. Shubman Gill showed a bit in the tests, so I don't know about his T20 record. But
bad.
having
Young,
a known opener, like we said, just goes leaps and bounds. That's where you want your runs, your quick runs to be scored. Is in that top order. A lot of local talent there. Obviously, Owen Morgan to come in the middle order.
Yep.
But a lot of guys I just don't know about. So if you're in the comments,
Yeah.
who are the Knight Rider young guys we need to take notice
Rahul
of?
Tripathi, Nitish Rana, how do they go? We are worried about the batting depth there.
No, he bowled team out for 60, doesn't matter. We're right, we're set. Paddy Cummins opening the bowl.
Yeah, so the way I had scored them, I think on the back of that bowling depth, they could push for the finals. I'm worried about their batting there in Calcutta.
Yeah, nah. Purple and gold till I die.
Yeah.
It should be on the way. I tried.
Thereabouts.
Shout out to Ashvani Sports in London. They're getting back to me about the hat price. I'm trying to get some hats sorted. So we're in conversation. We're in negotiations for hats.
How good.
No.
All right, the bad guys, Mumbai Indians. What do you got them
Yeah.
at? 320 to win the whole thing?
325. Yeah.
Or Kolkata, sorry.
Calcutta were $9.
Oh, bit of juicy value for my boys.
Not bad. These guys, they're stacked everywhere. As we mentioned, they're just winning left, right, and centre in the IPL recently. Quinton de Kock, Rohit Sharma, the captain, Chris Lynn, Surya Kumar Yadav come along really nicely for India.
Yep.
Ishan Kishan, he's really good. The Pandya brothers, Kieran Pollard as a finisher, and then Bumrah and Bolt.
They have too many players. We're talking about India having depth and picking horses for courses. They can do this in an 8-team comp. That's how stacked they are. They can, maybe this game we play more spinners or this game we add an extra bat in here. They are. There's not a bad player you've named there.
No, I had to pick a weakness, and I highlighted their spinners. Rahul Chahar, they're paying him $260, and the young fella Giant Yadav. Would love to see a little bit out of them. But for mine, they're the favourites and rightfully so. I don't think you need world-class spinners when you got...
That's a big shout.
quick
Spinners have been very important in IPL, though.
Very important, and especially quality leg spinners.
Yes.
But when you got batting like that, you got
Boomer and Bolt. There's 8 overs there. That's
If they're hitting over 200 consistently, they'll win a lot of games.
Indeed. We've got them as joint favourites with the Delhi Capitals. But yeah, they're just absolutely stacked.
Team to beat. I like having that. I like having a team to have to take down.
Exactly. None of us have taken them on. Under our wing, they win all the time. We'd love to see someone else. So
let's knock them off.
Yeah, indeed. Getting into the man on my left, Jimmy the Chinaman. He's on the Punjab Kings. They finished 6th last year. Their fast bowling looks
impressive.
Fucking legitimate. Jai Richardson, Riley Meredith
Wheels.
got paid. Mohammad Shami. Their batting is pretty good. I was
Meredith's got $1 million for Riley Meredith, who's like he had a pretty good big bash, bowls really quick. He started, he played for Australia, but one of those weird ones that got a big payday. So
there's something that they see in him.
Yeah, you wouldn't associate Wheels, really quick bowling with success in India, but him and Jai Richardson,
and where they spent money was foreign quicks.
Yeah. So
they had batters and they had spinners.
Yep.
So, yeah, they went after the foreign quicks.
Their top order: Chris Gale, David Malan, and then
who we know is legit. T20 bat.
Yeah, indeed.
Gale, I don't know about Chris Gale. I love him, but I think
depends.
It's like a Conor McGregor effect, really. With Chris Gale, I think it's
past it. Yeah. Mandeep Singh, they got Moses Sunreeks.
Moses not bad.
Kale Rahul, the captain, he'll bat in the top 4. I think they'll be there or thereabouts. They could push for the finals. What are they paying to win the whole thing?
So Sportsbet has them coming last. Odds of $10.
Oh, damn! So Calcutta are near the bottom as well. Damn it!
Yeah,
we love an underdog.
That's it.
Monks and I are on the lowly teams.
So far, even though we've said like they're going to be, there or thereabouts, like it's a competitive competition. Like you just got.
We haven't named a bad player yet. There's no bad teams.
There's no bad teams. Like they're quality.
We're talking about the best cricketers in the world.
Yeah.
I promise you, the Punjab Kings come into the Big Bash and they win it.
Oh, any team of this wins the Big Bash. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it helps you got the Australians, but yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And the other thing I thought, Ravi Bishnoi, they got a 20-year-old leggy. He's looking good from what I can see. They paid him $260K.
But spinners being the weakness.
Yeah, he's gonna have to step up.
Carry the spin duties there.
The Rajasthan Royals, the man in pink, last year they come dead last. Their hitting power is unreal. They got the 2 South Africans in Chris Morris, who's the highest paid man in the IPL this year, and David Miller. They paid $100,000 for him. He
hits the ball so clean. Those two are a deadly duo to have in the middle of the order.
This is the Pommy team.
Yeah, Pommies and Saffers essentially.
Saffers.
Possibly one of the same. Liam Livingston, Ben Stokes, and Josh Butler, and Sanju Samson's the captain. That's really that's good hitting.
That's good. I don't know much about Sanju Samson. Have you guys ever said he's the captain and he's on 1.1 mil?
24-year-old. Yeah, he's played a fair bit of IPL already. He strikes the ball really nicely.
Yeah. Top order, middle order? Sorry to put you on the spot here. Obviously,
I think he'll bat middle order.
Yeah. Because, you got Butler there. He obviously won't keep. Samson's the captain.
Yeah. I've got no idea how they'll order these guys in terms of Butler could open, Butler could bat 6.
Yeah, all these guys.
Stokes could bat 3. Stokes could bat 5.
Yeah. But the real winner in the Rajasthan Royals is that kit. It is so good. The blue and the pink is it looks so good.
Yeah,
that's the winner.
Bit of colour blocking.
They've been historically the shittest team. They always finish 7th or 8th. But God, that's a good kit.
Well, it looks like they'll bat deep, and I think you've picked up on the weakness is their bowling lineup.
Yeah, so outside of Jofra Archer, who's set to miss, I think we had him down as missing the whole thing. It looks like he's just going to sit out the first 4 to 6 games.
Yeah.
So he'll be back for the back end of the competition.
How many games?
They play each other twice, so 14.
Yeah.
14 regular season. So outside of Jofra, they've got the young Indian, well, he's actually 29, Jadev Unadkat. He's on about $500,000. And then they've got
Andrew Ty, is he?
He may be.
I thought Andrew Ty was on there, but obviously a specialist T20 bowler. Other than that, I just sort of looked at
Mustafir Rahman, the Bangladeshi. Yeah, I just don't think they've got any bowling stocks.
Ty is there
whatsoever. Andrew Ty is there.
Yep. Yeah, so Andrew Ty's not bad yet.
So the batting's going to have to carry them, but they can only take you so far. And again, Archer, when he is up and firing, it's only
one of the best T20 bowlers in the world.
I assume Ben Stokes is probably not going to bowl very much in this competition.
He might have
He'll have to, especially with Archer out.
Yeah, he could. He might have to roll it over for a couple overs. Yeah.
Even
I think
Morrison.
He might roll for it. A game.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because he batted 3 in the 1 days for England. So do they think maybe he's a top order player here? They're going to have to score a lot of runs because the bowling seems very weak, and again a lot of local Indians in that team. So please let us know in the comments who are the Rajasthan Royals to check in on.
I think they miss the finals. Is that fair enough?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't finish higher than 6. In any year, they always just seem to be battling. In that kit too, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Bloody good kit, that.
It is a good kit. My Royal Challengers Bangalore. They finished 4th last year. Daniel Samsey's got a bit of corona, but
Got the Ronos. He went over there. It's interesting. Tested negative, flew over, was in quarantine, and then I think on the 4th day got the positive test. So,
Right.
Bit unfortunate, but it's a bit rampant. Unfortunately, over there in India.
Indeed.
Which I don't want to talk about crowds at the moment, but I'm not sure what they're going to do crowd wise. I think they
early on, not many.
Yeah, I think they pulled a lot for the last T20 games over there against England. So, I don't think there'll be many to start, which is unfortunate. But hopefully by the end of the comp for finishing up with the final, they have a big crowd in to see the Delhi Capitals win the comp.
I think we did talk about this a couple of weeks ago, and no crowds first couple of rounds, and I think they were going to start.
Assess after that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they get about 100K cases at the moment, which is not great.
The strengths of the Royal Challengers Bangalore, the big 3. Virat Kohli, Glenn Maxwell, AB de Villiers. That's
Sexy.
You can't. Can you name me 3 better short format batsmen than those guys?
Oh, I'd have to think really hard. That's your team there.
Yeah.
That is what you build your team around, and you spend your money there. You don't need a lot of other bats because that's where your runs are from. You probably worry about maybe getting a couple good openers that can just see it off because you don't want you probably don't want AB in the second over, but
No.
Yeah.
or
Same with
having to
Maxi. You
score
don't want Maxi in there.
from ball
Super
one. Maxi
early.
will score from ball one, but the other 2 you probably want to work in their innings. But I'm
But you'd
picking.
rather
I'm
him
being,
not being out there straight away because
Yeah.
he could
Yeah.
he could get 100 or he could get 2.
yeah, and I'm being very picky there. And I sort of said there, outside of those 3, the batting's pretty thin. But outside of those 3, any batting's going to be thin. They're the top of the food chain. So
Yep. Their bowlers are good. They got Zampa and Washington Sundar.
there's your runs there. So he's been batting so well. in Test, so.
Exactly. Excited to see what Sunda does in the IPL.
And their quicks, they've
Yeah.
got the $2 million man, Cole Jamison, Kane Richardson, Mohammad
He's no
Siraj, Navdeep Saini.
So the bowling's definitely there. Jamison can hit a long ball. Like we said, Sundar can score some runs. So I think, other than the top order, I think Pepsi, you must be feeling pretty good about yourself there.
Yeah,
they could shock the world.
Pretty confident.
Should play finals.
Can
Yeah.
we grab some odds off them? I think that with that team you shouldn't miss
With
miss
those
the
3,
top 4.
with those 3, I mean, I remember AB. He played that season with the Brisbane Heat and stunk. Was so shit, and I thought, oh, is he done? But it's AB de Villiers. Like he will score runs. He'll hit a couple really blinding innings. You can just tell he's so class to watch. So.
What are they paying? They are third.
They are
on
third.
Sportsbet.
Yeah, paying $650.
It'll be interesting if Kohli opens because they open with him in the series against England. So it'll be
Yeah, he could open with our man Josh Philippi.
yeah.
There's a young
Philippi's in it too. Yeah.
Indian Devdutt Padikkal. I don't know much about him. He could open.
Well, if Philippines won and say Kohli's 3, would Maxi be 4, and then was it De Villiers
it's gonna be
4 and
game
then Maxi's
situation.
5?
Yeah.
Big game
See what
situation
it's at.
thing, but I imagine it'll be AB and then Maxi.
Because to contradict myself, you probably don't want them out there too early, but you also want those 3 to face as many balls as they
As
can.
they
Like
can.
they're
That
the
too,
3
yeah.
best bats in the world. So
Don't want them facing a couple overs at the end of the innings.
or what? Yeah. So I mean, it'll be interesting how they work them, but that's your childhood middle order really in one day cricket. So
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Philippi does as well. That'd be interesting to see. how he
Zampa,
goes.
like we've seen what Zampa's done in the last sort of couple of years with one day cricket. He's an all-time short form bowler. So yeah, Peps, you must be sitting pretty happy over there.
We'll see what happens. Bangalore till I die. Sunrisers, Hyderabad. Last year they came third. Their strength, I think, they're batting. Dave Warner, Jason Roy, Kane Williamson, Johnny Bairstow.
Yep.
That's
That's your top 4.
that's a
That's fucking good.
pretty legitimate top 4. And they've got Rashid Khan. The T20 ICC Player of the Decade. We've seen
15.
seen how dominant he's been in the Big Bash.
Yeah, can turn a ball.
Yeah, he'll be all right over there. My problem with them was their quicks. Perhaps they were actually the only team that didn't invest in international quicks, so they're going all off Indian stocks. They've got Bhuvneshwar Kumar and T Natarajan there, and at home they'll be fine. They were doing good T20, getting results here in Australia.
It's a fucking good team.
Yeah.
It's a very good team. And you said that they didn't invest in international bowlers because they went Warner, Roy, Kane, Bairstow. Williamson, Bairstow. They went top 4, but that's their top 4.
Yep.
Rashid Khan could bat 5 as well. He hits a long rock.
Yep. They got Mohammad Nabi, Jason Holder.
That's a very good 11.
Yep.
That's a very good 11. Kumar, obviously, Natarajan at home, that they'll know how to. That's your smoky, I reckon. Give us some odds there.
Yeah, what are they
Mark,
paying, Max?
I imagine they're the 4th favourite.
Yes, 4th favourite at $7.
That's a big team behind the Knight Riders. That's your that's your team to watch. Hyderabad.
Well, I think we've kind of pointed out like none of these teams are bad. They've
God.
all stacked with
Very
talent.
true. But the way Bairstow and Roy were playing in the series in India just recently, Warner's captain. Am I right in saying
Warner
that?
is captain.
David's
So
captain.
they love him over there.
Simon Kadich coach, I think.
How good.
Yeah.
Do you know who your coaches are? I know who mine is.
I got Brendan McCullum.
Yes.
Ricky Ponting here.
Oh God,
Coach for the Hyderabad is Trevor Bayliss.
former England coach.
Sorry. Kadich is my coach. So Bangalore till I die.
Yeah, you can't get him off the brain.
Who's Punjab?
Anil.
Kumble. You got Kumble.
Yeah.
Bit of homegrown talent.
Yeah, so it should be really interesting to see. We're obviously going to follow it we love our cricket here, so we're going to follow it. Hopefully, if time matches up, we'll actually have some games on live to
it's
watch.
middle of the night.
There's some more Arvo games. I looked at it,
Yeah.
so like a 3:30 Arvo game. So we might, get a start of a game or
9:30
something.
over here.
We'll see what happens. But look, we're all backing our teams pretty hard, and we love following the Aussies over there. But we just love watching the cricket. So stick with us. We're going to be following the IPL. Let us know who your team is.
Yeah, if you disagree with us, if we've graded this incorrectly.
I think you've noted it as a 3-horse race, and I think going through that, I would disagree with that and say, say Delhi and Mumbai may be slightly ahead of the others, but just depends on the day. Like if you have a good run, you guys, any team in this league could win it, which is exciting, unlike the NRL and AFL. Yeah. I think I'm really looking forward to seeing some upsets and the upstarts as well. Some of the young boys coming in, playing in the IPL as well. They've done well in the Test series and leading up to this. So I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go, you challengers!
Up the Capitals, up the Caps.
Knight Rider. What was the short? The car Knight Rider? Was it Knight Rider?
Yeah.
The car that could talk.
No, Knight Rider was the show, and the car was called Kit.
Kit. Give me 1 week. I'll come up with something good with our Knight Rider fans. Stick with me.
And that'll conclude our cricket coverage for this week.
Yes.
Can't wait for the IPL to kick off.
Yes, looking forward to it. And what, 10 days?
No,
6?
3 days.
Three days?
Saturday
Three.
night.
Yeah,
Saturday
Saturday.
night. There you go.
Quick math.
First game on Saturday.